Hi guys, welcome to TaylorMade HQ. I'm Alex Marine, tour technician and putter specialist on the DP World Tour. So today we're talking all things putter, all things spider and putter fitting. So we're going to run through a basic 101 putter fitting. Typically on tour I would use the Quintic ball roll facility, which is incredible. As you can see, you get everything up here from club speed, ball speed, shaft angle, attack angle, face angle. This is incredible. So if you do want to get fit like a tour pro, head to the Kingdom at the Grove where you can have a putter fitting just like the tour pros would experience. However, today we're running through a basic putter fitting that anybody can do on a putting green anywhere. You would never not get fitted for a set of irons, woods, wedges. So for me, I'm very, very passionate about people coming and getting fitted for the putter. It's the most important club in the bag, so why not get it right? So step one, I would be trying to find out the person's DNA, their putting DNA. So I would get them to hit some balls left to right, right to left, short putts, long putts. I'd have a discussion with the player. Is their miss typically left, right, short, long? Not always what they tell you is what you're going to see. So get them to hit the putts and you can see if their perception of what's going wrong, right is correct. So for me, I'm watching them, I'm learning to understand their stroke, their mechanics, and I'm building up a picture as I'm watching of what this player is going to need. So is that going to be shorter putter, longer putter, toe hang, less toe hang? And it's just understanding what the player wants out of the fitting. So step one, understanding the player's putting DNA. Step number two, we like to call building your blueprint. So after we've watched the player hit putts from long distance, short distance, left to right, we start to build up an image in our head of what this player may or may not need. We then come to our putters here. We start to look at length. So length is a big one for posture. So is this player too hunched over? Are they too upright? Is their eye line not over the ball? You can use a lot of things here to help you. A putting mirror is a great tool here. But mostly we're going to be looking at length of putter to help dictate posture. So 34, 35, even anything as long as a broom handle we've got here. We can then start, after we've got the right length, dialing in loft and lie, which is a little bit more intricate, which I'll touch on next. Okay, so step two continued, all about finding your blueprint. So we've talked about finding the right length to get you in good posture. And a good way of doing that is the putting mirror to get your eyes over the ball. Step two for me is getting the correct loft and lie. So we see a lot of players out on the putting greens who will have putters that are far too upright or far too flat. So that can dictate aim and start line. So what we want to try and look for is a putter that sits nice and flush on the ground, which is going to get us help aiming the putter square. So typically, if your heel's up in the air, you're going to toe strike it, you're perhaps going to aim a little right. And then if your heel's down and the toes up, you're going to be aiming left, and you're going to get some heel strikes, which are going to be no good for start line. Get a putter that's sitting nice and flush on the ground to the correct lie angle. Then we can start discussing loft. And by doing this, we can do some slow motion face-on videos just with your iPhone. And we're looking to get the ball hitting the ground as soon as possible and limiting the jumps and bumps and the launch being too high or too less. Typically 3 degrees of loft in Europe is great, and it sort of manages across most turf types. Okay, so last piece of the puzzle is fitting or refining a putter for your stroke. So we're going to touch on this in another video. But once we've figured out all the things previously, we've looked at the player's tendencies, we've figured out their correct loft, lie, and length. We then look into the different spider models and the different necks that are available within our wide range. So we're going to touch on this in more detail in another video, but essentially you've got a couple of different models here which are going to deliver slightly differently, and then the necks are very important when matching it to a player's stroke.